colliding in the world of darts.
Well, when we came in this morning, we looked at the draw. This was always going to be tasty. Paul, he's playing really well. He's scoring well, taking out the shots. All down to this first leg. If Paul can get this first leg, get Barney shaking his head, then Paul could easily run away with this. But Barney, his fluency, if he goes into it in the first leg, then he could easily win.
Nicholson's been getting the 180s for fun as well during this competition.
He has. He looks like he's speeded his throw up a little bit. When the first dart is right, he seems to be a bit quicker instead of holding it back on his face too long. And like that dart, the third dart there, it was more fluent than just keep holding it back.
We thought we might see a few draws as well with the 2 points in the doubles available, but we haven't seen one yet.
No, that's strange. You'd have thought we'd have seen a couple, but the way the games have gone. Even the Austrians, Mikey, he missed 3 darts to beat Barney. That could have turned the whole of this day round for the Austrians, and it just shows you one leg.
Okay, let's hand over to commentary. Holland against Australia, Rod Studd and Sid Waddell.
Well, I'll pick up on that. Nicholson here in incredible
60.
form of brilliant singles earlier against Part. He was on fire, and that was set up. The great pairs they just had, finished with 11 darter and 108 average.
100.
They are through, Study.
And the Netherlands on the brink of joining them, just need a point. So if they can win any of the 3 games, either of the singles or the doubles,
100.
Barney and Coach Stompy will be through.
But we know their opponent's calibre. Tell you this, lad, but if Geordie brashness was compounded. Ball!
75.
Play percentage game, I see here. Aussie braggadocio mixed in with Geordie blood. Produced an amazing competitor. Barney can only hope. Now, remember the Dutch only need 1 point.
Australia require 46.
Get 1 of the 3 games. 1 for the singles point, 1 for the second singles, and 2 points. They can win the pairs. But Nicholson's given them out.
Great first leg from Paul Nicholson. He's won both his singles games up to press. He defeated Mensah Sulovic 3-2. He defeated Johnny Park 3-2. Barney's won both his, goodness knows how. He beat McNeil 3-0, easy. But against Mike Langendorf, still don't know he managed to win it, Sydney.
Absolutely. Whitlock's been on the bounce a bit.
140.
I'm not sure. I'll put money on the 2 Dutch lads. The elegance and the Stoke dancer, Stompy, Barney, of getting 55. The point.
Well, if the Netherlands come up dry and get whitewashed 4-0, they'll stick on 6 points. That would give Canada a squeak if they could win 4-0 against Austria. It's a long
48.
shot, Sid, isn't it? But it's possible.
Absolutely. Barney got to his real flow going last time out.
100.
Yeah, then it'll all go on leg difference if it's equal on points, competition points. At the moment, the Netherlands' leg difference is 7 better than the Canadians, but clearly if they lose all their games and Canada win all theirs, that's going to shake around a lot.
Absolutely.
137.
So it stands then Aussie through 2. The last 4 was 7. Netherlands, if they get 1 point from the 3 games, starting with this one, they go through.
83.
Every leg here is vital in case, particularly, there is a whitewash in the 3 games by us.
Yeah, Australia already through, so you can look at it anyway which way. Nothing to play for. Could be more relaxed. Just
90.
throw the darts.
I'm very happy to knock Holland out there and play either Canada or Austria. With Canada with that slightly better leg difference. Could come into play if this is a whitewash by the green and yellows.
Palindromic darts, 86 plays 68. Bullseye. Oh, that's the outer ball, it wouldn't have mattered. But I tell you what, he's opened the door, that loose first dart and then the bounce out, Sid. Door ajar
54.
for Barney.
Netherlands requires 68.
Looking at 60. 2 4s for parity. Middle of the bench. Remember, they need only 1 point.
Australia to
and there's 3 games to get it in.
They don't want to only be leaving it to the last one though, Sid, do they? They don't want to be cashing in insurance policies in the doubles. They want to get this point under their belts here, Barney.
55.
Particularly the way the Aussie lot in the last doubles now was magic, 108 average. Climaxing with an 11 darter. With some of the old Barney magic. 5 times world champ.
Yeah, if the Aussies and the Dutch go through, they'll play the two teams that come through from tonight's segment: Spain, Scotland, Wales, United States of America.
Well, we would have been saying that the Scots and Wales were favourites, but till we saw the Spaniards fly. Barney flying now! Once this game, which means they're in the last 4. But Nicholson's grudging to give him it.
Look at this. Look at this from Paul Nicholson. Well, 2 big treble 19s leaves him on 192. Leaves a check. 167.
Right, going to leave a nice little 2-darter. Needs the red bit desperately. Slack visit so far.
65.
Only 65.
Australia
Wouldn't put
require
it past this
167.
rash lad, Geordie, star of the tournament so far, along with the 2 Spaniards. Right, what if it's a big ask, Rod?
27.
Well, Nicholson now has left himself a long way short of the finishing tape here, so even if Barney doesn't take this out, it's probably still favourite if it can hit at least a treble. There's one. Oh, lovely second and third dart.
Fighting for it.
Australia require 140.
Remember, that expression says it all. They need a point, which means either one of the singles or the pairs. They don't want to leave it to the pairs. Right, and here we go.
100.
To go one,
Netherlands require
possibly
31.
away from getting into the last 4. Double it!
Clean, clinical, calculating check from Raymond van Barneveld. Holland lead 2-1, sit, they only need one of the next 2 legs. Barney knows he'll throw last in the final, first in the last leg, even if he loses this one. So, everything in Holland's favour.
Given a
45.
bag of rusty nails is the Sion Biker Bank by the Geordie Aussie. Barney, absolutely brilliant in his last singles. Flowing
60.
nicely, but not cashing in there.
Flowing like an Amsterdam canal. So, if Barney can win one of the next 2 legs, the Dutch will pick up a point. The Dutch will be through.
Yep.
59.
A great point on the singles, Barney. Right, here we are. The worst dart. Has to cover. Cover's beautiful. That should be in. Next one should be in.
134.
Lovely darts.
Absolutely.
Oh, Barney, we've seen everything from him today. We've seen the good, the bad and the ugly, haven't we?
Absolutely. It has been lateral
95.
drift, Dave Lannon said. He had a lateral drift in the bed, beautifully under control. Now, that's a nice lie. It's a better lie now.
60.
Should have used that better.
Yeah, well, we've seen when things have started going wrong, the arrival on stage of that old 60s rock band, Raymond van Barneveld and the Head Shakers.
That's a good attitude to grudge. As Billy Bremner used to say, give them nout. Do not
140.
give them the
Australia
clippings of
require
your toenails.
140.
Doesn't want to give the Dutchman anything. Blocks the bed. I think he's going to try the 60.
Too ambitious, Sid, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
Couldn't squeeze it through there.
78.
That was putting a camel through the eye of a needle.
107.
Now, Barney, 107 for the match and progress for Holland.
On the wire. Would have had a dart to book their
59.
place.
Australia requires 62.
Tomorrow's last 4. There's the pair who will come up and contest the next game. Has to get this as Barney got a chance. Oh, on the wire, right to call it.
Stompy breathes a sigh of relief. He doesn't want the pressure turned onto him. Barney can ease Holland through with 2.16s. Barney has got the job done. Stompy can relax. The Dutch are through to join the Netherlands. Barney has beaten Paul Nicholson.
Yes, showed guts there and grit. Rod Studd said we've seen Barney in the head shakers, but he takes a bow. Our two last four are confirmed: Holland and Australia.
They played well, Team Holland, Coach Stompy and Simon Whitlock next up. Paul Nicholson giving Whitlock a few words of advice. But it means we have our top two in Group A. The Netherlands and Australia will be playing in tomorrow's semi-final, Rod.
Yeah, I mean, and when we looked at the draw beforehand, they were the two strongest teams. You know, Barney played really well there. I mean, that was Barney at his best, you know, under pressure and still doing it.
Let's get the reactions. The side of the stage, Stuart Pye talking to Raymond van Barneveld.
Well, Ray, you've done it. That win, you're in the semis.
So you win your 3 singles, you have to be pleased, but only the first single today to Canada was alright. I beat Ken 3-0, but last 2 singles I wasn't pleased the way I was playing. So pleased with the win, of course, but I can do a lot better. Foucault, he's struggling a bit. He played Mensur, he played John Part, now he's playing Simon. So if he wins, it's 1 each, and then we go for the pairs, but I think we qualified already.
Well done.
Cheers.
Congratulations, a smile back on the face of Raymond van Barneveld, confirming he is through. Team Holland and Australia through to the semi-finals. We'll find out how they play a little bit later on tonight, 7 o'clock, Sky Sports HD1 and Sky Sports 1. What about this one, Coach Stompy and Simon Whitlock, Ross?
Well, I mean, they both want to end up top of the group. And Co, as Raymond just said, has not been playing great the last couple of games. And of course, Simon got beaten, well and truly beaten by Ken McNeil. So, you know, in these short games, it's all about this first leg. Get into your rhythm early.
Okay, see who does get into the rhythm early, Rod Studd and Sid Waddell.
There you go then.
100.
I've not seen the best of Whitlock, not as good. Plumb lying down the middle of the bed as usually is. Here we go then.
60.
Just trying to get some warming up now for tomorrow. There's also the bragging rights of being top.
57.
Strange situation here, Sydney, because with the doubles counting 2 points, this match isn't going to count for anything in the group, because whoever goes 8-7 up,
140.
it'll depend on the doubles with the 2 points. The winners of the doubles game between Netherlands and Australia will win the group. It's as simple as that.
And that'll be a confidence booster as they're both in tomorrow's semi-finals.
140.
Cover shot then. Oh, lovely. Can't relax now. Might see some really spiffing darts. And at the moment, what's to see here with only Geordie Byers, Nicholson, then the star man for the Aussie pair.
Yeah, definitely. Really has turned on the start. He's been hitting maximums left, right and centre. He's been brilliant, Paul Nicholson. Be interesting. It's funny, they'll both want to win. They both want to top the group. But had the other group been played first, they'd have known who they could have played, 62. And there might have been a bit of manipulation going on.
64.
Well, Whitlock's fairly manipulating at the moment. 109 average. Double 16 now. Nice. Give him a little bit on the green bit.
48.
Well, Stompy, who hasn't won a singles game this afternoon, played 2, lost 2, 1 stops. Oh dear, double 10. And Raymond van Barneveld was saying, Co struggling a little bit here. 2 10s.
30. Australia
double 8 coming
16.
in there. 4. The pigtailed
Game shot in the first leg
Britain
to Australia.
to build pizza ovens with his dad.
Netherlands to
Some people have Hart and Daisy or Angus on their arm. He has got a brick wall tattoo.
Well, there's a few players felt they've been running into a brick wall playing Simon Whitlock over the last year or so, Sid, haven't they, since that absolutely blinding run to the World Championship final, and we'll see him having another crack at the big one at the Ali Pali a couple of weeks. And with Phil Taylor a little bit off colour, Sid, I think they'll all fancy a crack down there, won't they?
It's a good way of putting it. Jaded, looking like the elephant who keeps at the edge of the herd because he's feeling pain.
25.
To dish out pain, Can Whitlock as well. Remember, Premier League, 280% checkouts and a 90. Amazing checkout systems. Beat King 8-2. Beat Lewis at Manchester, hammered him. Came to the league and graced it after a flamboyant World Championship. Whitlock.
100.
Whitlock is already beaten Mike Langendorf, the Austrian, 3-1, but then was surprisingly beaten by Ken McNeil, the Canadian, in his second singles outing.
60.
Well, I thought that Kerr might have relaxed in his style once Barney did the necessary by getting the point they needed.
140.
But it looks like he's warming up for his Stoke dance rather than top tungsten in.
Yeah, it is quite a feat of gymnastics.
98.
The Stork dance. I don't know if you tried that,
require
Sydney.
136.
Only after 8 pints of Nuki Brown in my misspent youth.
42.
Oh, nice shot there. Treble 19. Punch big hole. Starting well. Middle for needle.
Match the lead 42. Well, Stompy, famous for the Stork, will literally give himself a leg to stand on if he can take out 94. Bullseye. Now, is the first dart getting in the way of a potential bullseye kill? It is.
53. Australia require 42.
Fine. 2. 16s now. To rub it in more. The 33% of the bed covered.
Shot in the second leg.
Made me
to
big
Australia.
mouth.
Third
Why
leg,
did he go?
Netherlands
The 20% that was hardest hit.
Perhaps to make it interesting for himself, Sid. Fancied the challenge. Oh, aye,
134.
Lovely second and third darts from Coach Stompy. The wizard wielding his wand in the northeast.
96.
Had a very good start of the campaign. These two. 4-pointer against Austria. The
60.
Aussies.
Yeah, they played better today than they did yesterday. They made heavy weather of beating the Republic of Ireland, didn't they? Just scrambled through in the end. Whitlock and Nicholson could have gone out last night, could have joined England on the scrap heap.
65.
Don't think they will give you many oat cakes in Stoke with that kind of liquor, pal.
Two blockers
59.
had to come downstairs. Well, Whitlock is looking for a wizard whitewash of Stompy here.
That's the attitude
60.
shared by Nicholson. See Holland kicked off the campaign well at 1 o'clock today. They get 3 points to Canada's 1. But then the Aussies went one better.
Well, 140 with half his score.
140. Netherlands require 148.
Sav's just coming in. These two are sure players tomorrow in our semi-finals.
60.
7-7.
Australia require 140.
Top points in the league at the moment. Canada, Austria in the trail of these two comets. Flat 20 now.
100.
To leave tops.
Netherlands require
And he'll be coming back for
88.
that unless Coach Stompy can get rid of what in bingo terms is two fat ladies. Fat 18 lives the bullseye.
Reddit.
63.
Right.
Australia
For a
require
whitewash.
40.
Double top.
Game shot on the
Double top it is. Whitlock whitewashes Stompy. And Australia return to the top of the league ladder, but the group winners will be decided.
The Australians have got the edge here because Stompy has come off the top a little bit.
Don't forget, tonight, 7 o'clock, HD1 and Sky Sports want a chance to see England's conquerors, Spain, together with Scotland, Wales and the USA, who will make it through to face Australia and the Netherlands in the semi-finals tomorrow. All about this one though right now. Barney and Stompy against Whitlock and Nicholson, and there's a lot of pride at stake here.
Oh, massively. I mean, these are 4 top professionals in the world rankings, you know, and like we keep saying, you want to set your stall. You don't go up there to go, oh, it don't matter about this match. It does matter about this match. You know, they really want to win. They absolutely want to kill each other, and they want to head the group. That is the thing. You know, all about professional sport is winning, being top of the rankings, top of the group, top of the tree. And that's what this one's in.
Stompy needs to pick his game up a bit, doesn't he?
Well, he's got to play a lot better than he has done the last couple of singles. I mean, he's done a great coaching job in keeping Barney on top, and Barney's been playing well now. But Simon Whitlock in his last game played brilliant, and Paul Nicholson, played fairly well against Barney.
Okay, back to Rod Studd and Sid Riddell.
Yeah, this should be more than an exhibition, but look out for the power that is Oz. We had an 11 dot to finish their last pairs and 108 average. They did a number on the Canadians.
Nicholson, ranked 16th in the world, but playing
100.
better than that level, I think it's fair to say this afternoon. It's 3 lovely darts, and Stompy is the one man of the quartet who's a little bit out of sorts.
Remember, nearly 12 months ago, Nicholson on fire in Purfleet. Took the Players' Championship. Really made his mark. Having come here strutting his Elvis Costello stuff.
45.
Now wait.
Well, Elvis Costello, he may look like. It's not Oliver's army here. Sid, it's the Barney army.
140.
Good darts from Raymond van Barneveld. And with both these teams going through, Sid, we know that. They're in opposite semis, we know that. This could be a final
100.
tomorrow.
Netherlands
More than an
require
academic exercise.
160.
Very much. There is a pretty good chance this could be our final. At 7 o'clock tomorrow night.
90.
We're in Scotland, Spain, and a few others could have something to say about that.
156.
In the US here. But they'll not want to drop their composure. See, they were brilliant against Canada in the pairs.
Netherlands requires
To strike the
70.
first blow then, with the Aussies waiting on 16. Barney now wants 16. 2 8s! Oh, busted score. Well, he hasn't busted score, of course, but he's left himself unable to finish.
66.
Say 2-pointer this.
Australia requires 16.
So would mean Holland for 1 in this group. Push the Aussies into 2 on the wire. Still got 2/3 of the bed. Has to dip. He's making the target smaller, Redbit.
Well, he has busted score.
Netherlands require
Now,
4.
double 2.
Pretty flamboyant way to bust.
Games on the first leg.
Pretty flamboyant way to finish from the matchstick. First out, double 2.
Reversed.
Well,
Game on.
it's all about striking psychological blows for tomorrow.
140.
Well, it's Freud once said young in an Austrian beer keller, you can get 2 tenths for a game of darts. Mine here.
140.
Barney and Stuart Patches. You're dead right. Good point, Rod Studd. They are trying to lay down markers for tomorrow's possible final. Cover shot now. The live window. Oh, it's in 2005 from the northeast, from Geordieland. Beat them all, became the Aussie number 1. Sharpish. Good. Used to be a tram driver. Didn't used to let kids on for nothing. And
100.
big guys who said, I've got no money. What are you going to do about it?
He's come off the rails a bit today, though, Co, hasn't he, Sid? Hasn't been on track at all this afternoon. And I think he'll be glad for this to get over it and get back and get himself sorted for tomorrow.
Not the deliquescent arrows. The desire by Barney.
100.
Here we go then. Just the lad to leave a nice pop at a double for his pal.
Well, he was looking for the outer
81.
ball.
Netherlands require 161.
Left it awkward. 99 doesn't sound many, but it's an awkward finish. Stompy has left that awkward.
Here we go then.
105.
Seesawing for who's going to finish top of the
Australia
league, but not
99.
qualified for tomorrow's semi-finals. Fat 10. Oh, the way he's gone, 6 inches higher. Red bit.
Well, Whitlock
81.
off target, couldn't nail the double.
Netherlands require
Maybe his
56.
intensity's dropped off a little bit. They're already through. Double 18 is the target now for Raymond van
And on the
Barneveld.
second
And Holland
leg.
have a 2-0 lead in a race to 3.
Third leg, Australia to throw first.
So great
on.
chance to get the 2 points that puts Holland top of the league. Well, now just allows to think 9 to peg back, gets the joint here at Rendon Meadows, rocking despite all the
70.
crocuses being under 18 inches of snow.
Well, the way Whitlock and Nicholson have been hitting 180s, you wouldn't rule out the 9-darter here some point during the weekend. It is tough in pairs, isn't it, though? You can't, difficult to get into a rhythm
59.
when you're only throwing once every 4 visits.
Correct. Just confirming if you're coming in. These two are in
57.
tomorrow's semis. We'll find out who the other two will be between 7 and 11 later tonight. And at the moment, Aussie's
92.
top of the league with 8. Netherlands on 7, but this is a 2-pointer.
Spain, Scotland, Wales and USA. Any 2 from 4. Who's your pick, Sid? Which pair would you go for?
85.
I think
Australia
our
require
Spanish friends
170.
are going to play canny good. Scotland are going to play canny good, and that's all I'm saying. I'm not going to Torremolinos and get
43.
onions flung in my ears when I'm on me halls. Here we go.
What diplomacy, Sid? The Henry Kissinger of darts.
I wonder who is kissing her now. Oh, exquisite! A Dutch masterpiece!
127.
Dorman Heavily on the red ochre.
127 is still a possibility if he can hit treble 19. The bullseye! Oh!
Synchronised howling in your commentary box.
Fourth leg.
It's a bit of an exhibition.
Game on.
And it is a treat to commentate on.
Well, some friendly stuff up there, isn't there? There was back slapping and laughing, and Barneveld almost bouncing straight in with a maximum. I think had this been the final, I don't think we've seen too much of that. They were all patting Whitlock on the back.
Yeah, this is like April Fool's Day compared to a royal wedding. Showing off, strutting his stuff with a plaited pigtail in front of a crowd of maggers. You've got to be good.
82.
And he has been. Whitlock, his last 2 visits, 127 check out on the bull, and then a maximum 180 to start this leg.
I think 9-darter, the lads in green and yellow.
140.
Right there, could be setting up an absolute belting last leg. Oh, he's got that sensational
100.
wrist in sync with a triceps. What a style. It tastes like a marabou stalk on stilts.
83.
Brilliant line to that 60.
Leaves 98, leaves a 2-darter for Paul Nicholson when he comes back. He will come back, but what will the Dutch be on when he does so? Well, not very many.
134.
60.
Australia
See why
require
whenever you can
98.
crack him up and he's playing the right shots, the right big shots for the partner to take us to an absolute belting leg, double 19. He's got a marker, half an inch right.
It's on the fourth leg.
Perfection! And they see it in Sundancer's land, up in Shields.
Netherlands to
Well, 2
Game on.
amazing finishes by the Aussies. We saw Whitlock hit the bull last dart on a 127. The Dutch were waiting on 60.
60.
Nicholson hit double 19
Thank
last
you.
dart. 2-2.
Our two semi-finalists showing the tout ensemble, or Dutch equivalent, or
93.
Aussie equivalent, a Bonza bunch at Tungsten.
Last leg shootout at the Rainton Saloon.
97.
The winner of this leg is quite simply top of the league. Aussies are there at the minute, but it's only by one. 8-7. Aussies at the top of the league over the Dutch.
134.
Right. Ton 40 needed. All better. All better. Easier to hit than miss. How do I do it? How do I do it?
How does he do it? More to the point, Sid. How does he do it? Raymond van Barneveld. Tongue-chopping average from the Dutch. This is the best game of the tournament to date, isn't it? And they're so relaxed. They're all having fun out there.
96.
It's the key.
Netherlands
The
require
king.
164.
Rod Harrier was cracking up there. Lovely shooting at 1-2-1 and 1-4-6. But you see what happens when four darters just enjoy themselves.
39.
Bingo night at the Tungsten Factory.
Well, Nicholson can't finish, but he can leave it handy for Whitlock. Well, he needs a treble. Well,
58.
well, still leaves a three-darter,
Netherlands require
Shanghai.
125.
To go top of the league. 25 wants to do the tailor shot from Blackpool. Understacker. You can see him. Well, there you go. He's got a third hit must of the target a hit, and he went far off.
Australia require 120.
Bing! Leadership of the group and 10 points.
Not now. Not now for Simon Whitlock. That first dart in the one took the finish out of range. So Sydney, 25 for the Dutch.
For the top of the league
Netherlands require 25.
position and 9 points. 2 fours for Kur. Double two.
Double two. 2 points to the Dutch. To Barney and co-Stumpy. They top Group A after a belting battle against the Australians. Terrific stuff. Terrific entertainment. The Dutch top the group. The Aussies finish second. They both go through.
And don't forget, we've got matches tonight to pick the other